You know?
Yeah.
There's flat-out terror to the... You know, out of anything that could happen to me, I would rather a Michael Myers, a Jason, a Leatherface kill me than fucking end up in a Jigsaw trap. That is absolutely horrifying. But anyway, so you get a brief sequence where Adam and Dr. Gordon, you know, they discover this hidden camera, which is because when he broke that mirror with the broken saw, he realized it was a two-way mirror, Adam did. And you get another flashback sequence kind of showing Gordon's last moments with his family and, you know, their abduction. And it's really weird, too. Like, Adam, you know, he loves his daughter, but him and his wife, they're not in great terms. And Gordon is, like, in denial about it. He won't say that anything's wrong, but, you know, obviously he's cheating on her, and she's pretty much calling him out for it. And he's like, no, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I got to go. See ya. Anyway, we also get another flashback where Tap and by the way, this whole series is fucking flashbacks at different times. Another flashback shows an attempt by Tap and Singh, who illegally break into the one of Jigsaw's lairs. And the way they got that is they had actually slowed down one of the recordings. I think it was the one where he was talking to Amanda, and they saw some spray paint in the background and figured out where this hideout was. So they go there, and they discover this guy who's tied to a chair. And it's really kind of freaky how it happens because they're kind of sniffing around this warehouse, and there's this red, like, cover over something, and then it just starts moving and like, crying and freaking out, and you realize, oh, God, there's a dude under here. So, like, they take it off of him, and he's trapped under there. Well, Jigsaw comes in, and Danny Glover, or Tap, he tells the other guy to get down, cover him up, you know, because we've got the guy. We just need to see what he looks like. So they do, and I'm feeling bad for this guy because it's like, this dude felt like he was going to get free, and then he gets covered up again. He's like, fuck. So on each side of this guy who's in the chair, there are these drills on each side of him, but they're not doing anything right now. So you wonder what the hell's going on. Well, when Jigsaw walks in, Tap subdues Jigsaw. Like, he's got him down on his knees. He's holding a shotgun to him. He's telling him that, you know, he's fucked. But Jigsaw stepped on a pedal that started these drills before any of this happened. It was before they could secure Jigsaw. And Singh, he's trying to save Jeff. He's got this whole box of keys. And, like, there's like 50 keys here. He's trying each one of them, and none of them are working. So they're trying to save this guy. By the way, Blake, you know who this guy is that's sitting in the chair? I always think of him as the guy that played Bela Lugosi's body double after he died in Ed Wood. You know what I'm talking about? If you've seen Ed Wood, I assume you have.
I have. You're not talking about Mark Landau. Played in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
So Singh finally has to shoot the drills instead. But the gunshots actually distract Tap just long enough for Jigsaw to fucking slit his throat. I remember watching this movie, and I was like, God damn, they killed Danny Glover. And, yeah, like I said, you think he's dead. Well, Singh is that his name? I felt like I was being racist there for a second, but that was right. Okay, so Singh goes chasing after Jigsaw, and it looks like he shot Jigsaw, and Jigsaw goes down, or the Jigsaw killer, and, you know, he's walking forward, and he's clearing these cobwebs out, and he trips a tripwire, and you look up, and there's 4 shotguns pointed down, and it blows this motherfucker's head off. And you know, all I could think was, that's illegal. You can't have booby traps in your house. Jigsaw's going to jail. He's a lawbreaker. What an asshole. Yeah, but it was gross. Apparently this was James Wan in the scene where the blood just comes pouring down. One Asian guy for another. Who would have thunk? I know I'm surprised. Aren't you, Vic?
Yes, sir.
Anyway, it was gross, though. 4 shotguns to the dome piece, like you would say, Vic. And this dude is fucking dead. And Tap actually recovers from the slit throat. And it has... Sting's death has a permanent effect on Tap, or Danny Glover. He's already got, like, this unhealthy fascination with Jigsaw and the cases. And it turns into an obsession that leads him being discharged from the police force. He's convinced from a piece of evidence from earlier in the movie, you know, that pin light, that Dr. Gordon is the Jigsaw killer. And Tap moves into a house across the street from Gordon's and basically monitors it with video surveillance. But they act like this was years, but apparently it was only 6 months. You know, I swear it reminds me of Friday 13th Part 4, where it was like, this dude's got newspaper clippings and shit, you know what I'm talking about? And it was like the span of 2 days that this guy's talking about. Well, in this movie, it's only 6 months, but it looks like it's like 10 years if you look at this guy's apartment. Anyone? Bueller?
I remember what you're talking about. Rob, for the newspaper clippings. Yeah. Yeah.
I should remember his name. We had him on the show once upon a time. He's killing me, but, you know, I was drunk then, too. So.
Eric Anderson.
And he was angry. Not with me, but he was angry.
Yeah,
he was angry because he had a guy
Eric
coming.
Anderson, right?
Yes, him. He's a good dude, though.
Yeah.
We talked about Star Trek. It was interesting. Anyway, so Tap's crazy now. I mean, he's sitting across the street from Dr. Gordon. He still thinks Dr. Gordon has some role in this. I mean, you think it would be obvious to him that the dude was a fucking patsy, but, I mean, I guess not. And he's got all this evidence, or he thinks he does. So anyway, back in the bathroom now. This is a permanent fixture of this movie. You've got Gordon, who now, with the assistance from Adam, they're kind of working together now. Because Adam actually reveals to Gordon that he's got this, or what the fuck? He's got something that says X marks the spot. That was on one of the tape players, wasn't it? The one, where the fuck did they find the X marks the spot? They found it somewhere. Was it on one of the tape players?
Yeah.
I can't remember right now. Okay. So anyway, it says X marks the spot, and they're having this conversation, and Adam tells them to turn out the lights because Gordon says something to trigger his mind, and so they do, and you see the light, or you see an X by Gordon that's like some sort of glow-in-the-dark spray paint. So Gordon breaks down this little shitty part of the wall, and inside is a little box. And inside this box, you've got a couple cigarettes, a lighter, and a note basically saying that, there's more than one way to kill Adam, Dr. Gordon. And basically what it's doing is suggesting that he dips the cigarette in poisoned blood from the body and uses it to kill Adam. Curious how this would work. Now, if you're Adam and you really want to smoke, and Dr. Gordon dips it in blood, wouldn't you take a look at this and say, hey, there's fucking blood on this cigarette? I don't want to smoke this. But Adam was fiending, though. Remember? He was like, give me that sweet cancer.
I'd smoke it.
You would have smoked it? You don't give a fuck, do you?
No, not at all.
So Gordon flips the light off, and he kind of whispers to Adam, and you don't know what he's whispering to him. What happens is he flips it back on, and Gordon throws Adam the cigarette. He puts blood on one, but not the other one, and he uses it to, like, fake Adam's death. I realize it's supposed to be this way, but Adam, like, does the shittiest death scene ever, where he acts like he's dead from smoking the cigarette, and then he just gets fucking shocked and, showing that Adam's still alive. Well, Gordon's like, what the fuck did you do that for? He's like, I got electrocuted. He's pissed off about it all. Like, Gordon still doesn't believe him. He just thinks he's being an asshole. Well, the box also has a cell phone, which can't make calls. We found that out earlier. But he actually gets one, or receives a call from his wife, Allison, played by Monica Potter. And she tells Gordon that Adam knows more than he's telling. Adam, don't believe it and all this bullshit. And basically, whoever's got his wife and kid are basically just terrorizing them. And, she has to hang up on him. And Adam explains that it's been paid by Detective Tapp, after he describes what he looks like, to spy on Gordon. In fact, he witnessed him going to a hotel, basically cheating on his wife. It was amazing. This Chinese chick didn't even know how to cheat on somebody. She just goes in there and just starts taking her clothes off. I'm like, boy, if it was that easy. Women just taking their clothes off. This chick didn't even want foreplay. She didn't give a fuck. So, let's see. He also mentioned that Gordon left the hotel before doing anything, but he can't figure out why. So the Asian chick, which is one of the med students, like I said earlier, that was talking about the condition of a cancer patient, John Kramer. Thanks, buddy. And, it doesn't talk about, any of their previous encounters. But anyway, in the pile of Adam's photographs, like at his part now when we're doing this flashback, there's different photographs. There's wherever he found the hacksaws, but you find a photograph of an orderly at Gordon's hospital named Zepp, which is actually who's seen through Gordon's windows after he left the house. So they're basically now thinking Zepp's the killer or Jigsaw killer. And just as they realize this, it's 6 p.m. or 6 a.m. or whatever the fucking. I just know it's 6. I don't remember which 6 p.m. or 6 a.m. I guess it's 6 p.m. And at this time, like, I just want to point this out too. You don't really know who Zepp is at this point, but it's showing different scenes of Zepp, like, pointing the gun at Allison's head and listening to her daughter's heartbeat. This guy's a sick fuck too, isn't he? Like, I didn't realize this the first time around, and then, like, I thought about it, and I was like, what did Zepp ever do to anybody? But no, he was just a sick bastard, wasn't he? Anyone? Bueller? Is it just me talking to myself?
Oh, my bad, yeah.
The point of a podcast is talk, fellas. I don't know if you knew that.
What? No.
We can't use telepathy on a podcast. I hate to tell you that. Or telekinesis or whatever the hell the word for it is. Well, just as Zepp's ready to kill Allison and her daughter because that's what he's supposed to do, Allison manages to get free, and she takes control of the handgun. And, of course, she gets overpowered because she's a woman, and women don't shoot people enough. And shots are fired, which attracts the attention of Cap, who wounds Zepp. But he's unable to keep him from leaving the house. Dude bolts out of there because he has to go kill Gordon now because the time's up. And Gordon hears the sounds of screaming and gunshots and, over the phone. So, I just have to say this. I think Cary Elwes sucks in this movie until about this point in the movie. Like, I think he mailed it in. He was Malcolm McDowell in this movie until right about now. And then it's all of a sudden like, oh, I'm making money? I guess I better fucking try. I don't know how to explain it. Or maybe he just sucks as an actor. But I've always liked Cary Elwes in other movies. I think he was a great Bundy. But, like, in this movie, most of the movie, I think he sucks. And I think Lee Wannell sucks, too. But it doesn't take away from the movie for me. It just strikes me as odd every time I watch it. But I think maybe it's because both of them are doing American accents, and neither one of them are American. Because Cary Elwes is British, and Lee Wannell is actually Australian. So I think that might play a part. I don't know. Plus, I mean, Cary Elwes isn't known for his greatest serious roles. He's known for a little bit of humor. But anyway.
Kind of a bum.
I thought a
bum. Yeah.
I know. He pisses you off. Well, fucking Cary Elwes or Dr. Gordon starts going nuts. I mean, he's going nuts at this point because he's got to figure out what to do. He's got to save his wife and kid. And I have to be honest with you. Like, the entire movie, you don't feel too bad for him. But at this point, you're really starting to feel his pain. And we're really going to feel his pain shortly because as he's freaking out and everything, he just says, fuck it. And he starts sawing off his own fucking foot. And this movie has scarred me for life. This whole thing, ever since I first saw it, it scarred me for life. Now, I have to admit, at various times when I've watched this movie, I've looked away on that scene because it's just gross. But most of it is implied. It shows you him cutting through it a little bit, but it doesn't get like deep into it or anything. It's more what's going on in your mind and what you realize is going on. You know, Vic?
Oh yes, I have a sick mind, so it disturbs me pretty bad.
Yeah, me too. I'm just like fucking grossed out by the whole thing.
He saws off like that bother me too, guys. Not just you guys. That one, it bothered me some, but I think the one that bothered me the most was probably in the remake of I Spit on Your Grave when the fucking sheriff gets the gun shoved up his ass, the shotgun. That was like, what in the actual fuck did I just watch?
Wasn't that in your top 10?
Yeah, no. Yeah.
No?
Yes,
I could have sworn you mentioned it.
Yeah,
No, it was. Sorry, yeah, it was. I think number